Trump's economic policies sparked intense debate and scrutiny. His administration focused on tax cuts, deregulation, and trade negotiations. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017 aimed to stimulate growth by reducing corporate tax rates. But did it really work? Critics argue it primarily benefited the wealthy, widening income inequality. Deregulation was another hallmark. The goal was to unleash business potential. However, some believe it compromised environmental protections and consumer safety. What was the real cost of this approach? Trade policies, especially with China, led to tariffs that rattled markets. Farmers and manufacturers felt the pinch. The trade war raised prices on everyday goods. Was it worth the risk to American jobs? Budget challenges loomed large. The national debt soared during his tenure, raising alarms about future financial stability. How would these decisions impact the economy in the long run? As the dust settles, the consequences of these policies continue to unfold. The effects on the economy, job market, and everyday Americans remain critical questions. The legacy of Trump's economic choices is far from settled. Trump's trade wars with China have reached new heights, shaking the global economy. Tariffs have skyrocketed, affecting everything from electronics to agriculture. Businesses are scrambling to adapt, and consumers are feeling the pinch. Can you believe that some products have seen price increases of over 25%? This isn't just about politics, it's about everyday lives. The stakes are high. Millions of jobs depend on trade agreements, and uncertainty looms large. Farmers are struggling as China retaliates, hitting American crops hard. Soybean exports have plummeted, leaving many in dire straits. But it doesn't stop there. The tech industry is caught in the crossfire. Companies are rethinking their supply chains, and innovation is at risk. What happens when the world's two largest economies clash? The ripple effects are felt worldwide. As negotiations continue, the question remains, can a resolution be reached, or are we witnessing the beginning of a prolonged economic battle? The outcome could redefine global trade for years to come. Keep an eye on this unfolding drama. It's far from over. Trump's approach to NATO and European relations was nothing short of revolutionary. His administration shook the foundations of traditional diplomacy. The focus was on burden sharing. Trump demanded that European allies increase their defense spending. This put pressure on countries that had long relied on U.S. support. In 2018, he boldly declared that NATO was obsolete. This statement sent shockwaves through Europe. Allies were left questioning their security. Trump's unpredictability created a climate of uncertainty. Yet, it also pushed many nations to reassess their military commitments. Trade relations were another battleground. He imposed tariffs on European goods, claiming unfair practices. This escalated tensions and sparked fears of a trade war. Despite the chaos, some argued that Trump's strategy forced Europe to take greater responsibility for its own defense. The ripple effects of his policies are still felt today. As the world watches, the future of NATO hangs in the balance. Will Europe rise to the challenge, or will the alliance fracture? The stakes have never been higher. The outcome could redefine global power dynamics for years to come. Trump's approach to the Russia-Ukraine conflict has sparked intense debate. During his presidency, he took a unique stance that often contrasted with traditional U.S. foreign policy. Many were shocked when he openly questioned NATO's relevance, suggesting that allies should contribute more. This rhetoric raised eyebrows, as it seemed to empower Russia. Trump's administration imposed sanctions on Russia, but also sought dialogue with Vladimir Putin. Critics argue this mixed message weakened U.S. support for Ukraine. In 2019, his phone call with Ukraine's president led to an impeachment inquiry, highlighting the controversial nature of his dealings. Supporters claim Trump aimed for peace through unconventional diplomacy. They argue that his approach could have led to a different outcome. However, detractors worry that his actions emboldened Russian aggression. The conflict escalated dramatically after his presidency, leading to a humanitarian crisis. As the world watches, the question remains, could a different approach have changed the course of history? The implications of Trump's strategy continue to resonate, leaving many to ponder what might have been.